Hello. Today, I'm going to discuss about the module 2 of our course, Design Thinking and Data-Driven Storytelling. In this particular module, we are going to learn the importance of data-driven storytelling in 6 sessions. In our module 1, we have seen the design thinking. What is the methodology which are used in design thinking for designing a business, for designing a product, or a combination of both. In this particular module, we are going to learn how the data is used for creating a data-driven story and how the data-driven story is used today for representing the business outcomes, for predicting that what will be going to happen in the business, and there are many other applications of data-driven storytelling. In this particular module, we will be learning a couple of very important points. Importance of data-driven context. Data-driven context. We will see that how a data-driven context is created before we create a data-driven story. We will see that what is an exploratory and explanatory analysis and how this drives in creating data-driven stories. We will see that what are the steps and the various stages are there in telling a story with the help of data. We will see find an irresistible story, remember your audience, research to find data, vet your data sources, filter your findings, decide on data visualizations, craft the story and also collect the feedback, and then create a storyboarding. Share the story with the help of your storyboarding. So this all we are going to learn in this particular module in the 6 sessions, and we will also take up 1 or 2 case study discussions on the live projects. So this is the target, this is the objective of this particular module, and we will see that what all we are going to learn. So I will give you the brief idea about this particular module. What is the importance of data-driven context? What all we are going to learn? Data-driven storytelling is the process of translating data analysis to influence the business decisions or an action. With the rise of digital business and data-driven decision making, data-driven storytelling has become a much talked about skill often associated with the data science and analytics community. So what all is the data-driven storytelling? It is the process of translating the data analysis finding which can influence the business decision or the business action. How we will do it? What are the tools? What are the techniques? What are the practices? We will see this with the help of real life examples and cases. When I say what is a data-driven? Data-drivenness is about building tools, abilities, and most crucially, a culture that acts on data. I understand that all of you are very clear about what is data. Data is a collection of raw facts and figures related with the business, related with the non-business, related with the enterprise, maybe related with the non-enterprise. So what is important is that for creating a data-driven culture, what you need to do, you need to focus on your organization data-driven approaches. So data collection, you need to have a very structured process of collecting data from various sources. And the sources may be your enterprise data or maybe your non-enterprise data. It may be structured data or it may be unstructured data or maybe a combination of both. After you collect the data, you need to make a system for data access. Data must be accessible and queryable. That means if you are collecting the data, data is getting collected, it is getting stored in some storage devices, but it is not easily available to the people to access. So you need to define a process by which the data is easily accessible by the right people. Reporting, analysis and generating MIS and graphs. There should be a culture, there should be a practice where the findings from the data need to be analyzed and it should be represented with the help of management information systems, graphs or any visual form. Alerting. Alerts are essentially reports about what is happening right now. That means it gives you some sort of alarm that whether the things are going in the right way or it is not going into the right way. Now what you need to do is that from reporting and alerting to analysis. If you would like to create a data-driven culture, so what is required? You need to think about beyond one step ahead. That means from the data which you have collected, which you have accessed, which you have processed, which you have used for analysis by using MIS, for reporting and also for alerting. On top of that, what you need to do is that you need to think about how you can analyze the data and find out the intelligence, hidden insight from the data. How you're going to analyze, that depends upon your analytical techniques, analytical tools and data analytics approaches. So that will help you to create a data-driven culture in your organization. Let's try to understand. You have data, you have analyzed the data, and from the data you are reporting something in the form of MIS, graphs, or some form of visual representation. At the same time, you are also doing analysis. How it is different? So reporting, it is descriptive. Analysis, it is prescriptive. In reporting, you are finding what, whereas in analysis, you are finding why. Backward looking, it is forward looking. Now all these features we will see by taking real life data analysis and data reporting cases, and we will see that how they are different. We will also create some cases, we will also prepare some reports, and we will see that how these are used in the organizations with different domain applications. Raise questions, answer questions. MIS reporting will raise question that what happened, whereas in analysis it will give you the answer. Here you will get data to information, whereas analysis you will get data plus information to insight. That means you are trying to get the hidden information, hidden insight from the data by analyzing the data and the information. Here in the reporting you have report, dashboard, alerts, etc., whereas you have finding, recommendations and also predictions. If you remember, in data analysis or data analytics, we have 4 different types of reporting. One is called descriptive analytics, second is called diagnostics, third is called predictive, and the fourth one is called prescriptive. So this is the difference between a data-driven culture moving from reporting to data analysis to data analytics. Let's try to understand that what all we are going to learn to know that what is exploratory versus explanatory analysis. What is exploratory data analysis? It refers to the various ways to explore the data. It refers to organized data in some kind of readable format, like using an Excel spreadsheet, database, etc., depending on the data type, data nature, transaction, type of business, etc., etc. And in-depth exploration means, exploration means structuring and visualizing the data so that we can identify patterns, we can identify the outliers, whatever is the anomalies and other factors of what? Related with the business activities, related with the transactional processes in an organization. The important to data science project and exploratory analysis helps data scientists to understand the data so that they can create accurate algorithms and deeper understanding before implementation. So this is the type of activities that is required under the exploratory data analysis. Now come to the explanatory analysis. What exactly that we do under the explanatory data analysis? It focuses on all parts of the context, mainly why and how. Why and how. An outcome can statistically calculated, model and visualize to tell the likelihood of certain events based on preconceived variables. We will see both type of analysis by taking some examples, live data, and we will see that how statistical analysis can be used for understanding these two concepts clearly. It doesn't convey the necessary and effective actions you should take in real life. In an exploratory data, what it is explanatory, it will not tell you that what action you should take in the real life situation. It is used in marketing. Exploratory analytics help explain circumstances like why customers are not buying or a campaign is so successful and how to act on those insights. That means in an explanatory analysis, you can find out that why the customers are not buying your product and services. There must be some reasons. You can find out that from your data insight by using the explanatory analytics. That's also called diagnostic analytics. Or you can also find out that your marketing campaigns or digital campaigns is giving you a lot of successful results. Why? Connecting data insight to real life produces more effective context for better decision making and ROI. So this helps in doing a lot of ROI from your explanatory data analysis. So let's see this model diagram. What it says that you have data which is coming from multiple sources. You are doing some reporting, then you are coming to the analysis, then you are creating some actions, and from actions you are generating value to the organizations. So value creation, ultimately the goal is to create value for the organizations, and that is only possible if you are properly utilizing the analyzed data for taking decisions, for taking actions. And if you are taking the right actions, right decision, what will happen? The organization will get value out of that. Now let's quickly understand. We will also do a lot of practices, some examples, some case studies to understand the steps of telling a story with the help of data. This we are going to learn in this module. So what we need to do, these are the steps of data-driven storytelling. What are those? Find an irresistible story. Remember your audience. You need to do a lot of research to find about the data. You need to validate the data sources from where you have collected the data. You need to filter your findings. Decide on data visualization. What visualization tools, what visualization methods that you are going to use. Craft the story, and after that, present that to your audience. Collect the feedback. Because this feedback, positive or negative or neutral, this will help you in improving your storytelling process. Feedback you need to always take positively, and based upon the feedback that you collect, you need to improve your processes, improve your activities, improve your sources and quality of data. Now when you do a storytelling, you need to understand that there are certain concepts that we need to be very, very clear. One is called data narratives. This is your data narratives. You have visuals and you need to explain. You have to enlighten and you need to engage. And this is the area which is regularly, constantly changing. It is dynamically affected. So what is a data narrative? A data narrative is essentially a written summary of a set of data that draws conclusions and makes comparison to explain the meaning of the data in detail. So from the data narrative, it is a small summary of the data. Okay, and the summary of the data you need to explain with the help of visualizations. So data visualization and storytelling are very closely associated. Contrary to popular belief, data storytelling is not simply data visualization. Data storytelling is the blending of two words, hard data and human communication. It is the blending of two worlds. What are those? Hard data and human communication. We will discuss this. We will discuss this with some example, and we will see the real life cases. It is a compelling narrative crafted around and anchored by compelling data. So data visualization and storytelling is what? They are not the same thing. Data storytelling is the blending of two worlds, hard data and human communication. So in this particular module, we will also see that what is a good story and how good stories are created. A data driven good stories are created, which makes a lot of impact on the taking the right decisions for the business actions, business result. A good story is about something the audience decide is interesting or important. You need to create that. 7 characteristics that define a data quality are accuracy and precision, legitimacy and the validity, reliability, consistency, timeliness, relevance. All this quality of data will help you to create a good, impactful, data-driven story. A great story often does both by using storytelling to make important information and news interesting. Storyboarding is one of the most important things that you can do early on the planning part of the communicating with the data to help ensure that your overall communication makes sense, meets the given need, and tells a story. So we will also see that how storyboarding helps us in communicating our data-driven messages, data-driven communication to our audience. So this is all about this particular module, and we will see each of these concepts in detail by learning, using cases, by learning, by solving problems, and also by learning by using the concept related with each of these areas. Any questions? We will see all this in 6 sessions, and that will help us in understanding this module and objective of this module. Thank you very much.